Hey guys, InvestQ here. I am unable to give you a regular long form content. I'm out of the country and my studio, I'm not able to implement the same studio that I can, but I'm going to give you a quick long form right here, just a quick overview in regards to what happened to BBAI. So BBAI, they did finish the Q4 and they reported fourth quarter, and it was a very mixed earnings report. Because there were many bullish data points for the company. However, the revenue itself, one, it was not expected to be that good in the first place anyways. But when we did see it and we saw it, it's like, oh, yep, this is exactly what we're expecting. Because again, it was a big decrease year over year for the fourth quarter at 38% decrease, and they reported revenue at 27.3 million compared to 2025 fiscal year 2025 at 43.8 million in the fourth quarter of 2024. Now, fiscal year 2025 was at 27.3 million, and 43.8 million was for the fiscal year of 2024. Now, in regards to everything else though, because as I mentioned, we did beat earnings, but it wasn't as good as we wish that it could have been, due to the fact that here's all the bullish data points that we see. Because when you look at a company that says it has a total cash and investments of 462 million as of December 31st, 2025, a company that's able to pay off the rest of its debt. And again, the debt that they had, the remaining balance they had was at 125 million. And then we see that the company continues to close acquisitions and it continues to expand, because as you see here, this isn't something that's happened 1, 2, 3 years ago and it's been flat. They continue to get more partnerships, they continue to get more deals, and now, as you see here, just recently this year in January, they expanded to the Middle East, which, as everyone does know, with the problems that have been going on in Iran and all the headlines, they continue to position. This will help position BBAI in a way that they may be able to continue to grow the company. And when you also do see that they give a positive forward guidance, because this year the revenue, I believe it was at about 6% growth year over year. Not for the 10Q, the quarterly, I'm talking about for the 10K annually. We did have revenue. Our revenue was at 128 million. So on the worst case scenario possible for the fiscal year of 2026, they anticipate it'll be better at 135 million, and the high end will be at 165 million for 17% growth. So annually, they're expecting more than double what they had this year. Now, again, I want you to think about this from the perspective, because one of the problems that investors, especially retail investors, have with the stock is they feel like things are taking too long, and they feel worried with the fact that they don't hear enough news. They don't see Kevin, the CEO, talking enough. They just have, which again, it's understandable for them to feel that way. However, they do have certain kind of, not cautionary signals, but I would say the better term I would probably put it at would be beliefs. And they have their own thesis and beliefs in place as to why they're worried about the stock, and they want to pull their money, panic sell, do all the things that retail investors and traders do. Now, I personally believe when it comes to this stock, you should have it from more of the long-term perspective, because even though that the revenue was very flat and it was decreasing year over year, you do have to take into consideration the fact that with the stock itself, they continue to show signs of improvements. The only thing that people were very disappointed with when it came to it was the revenue. And again, I would reframe this and make you think that you just got to give the stock some more time. I know a lot of people are going to say this is just hype, blah, blah, blah. But you can't have the type of market usage that this company has, where they were able to deploy their products all over the airport, all over the United States. They continue to gain partnerships. They had a partnership with the NFL. They continue to get more contracts as time goes on, and they continue to position themselves in a way where they're going to be in a market that's in high demand. Especially with the events that is going and the circumstances that's going on in the short term now. This is why I personally like to view the stocks that I cover more in the long term. You don't want to look at it in the short term, because again, if you got in and you just traded the earnings, you probably got murdered yesterday. But if you look at this from the longer term and you give stocks and companies time to build out and to continue to expand and continue to grow, which BBAI continues to do, more than likely you're going to end up green and you're going to be positive within a 3, 4, 5-year timeline. So again, sorry that the quality of this isn't as good as it usually is. Again, I continue to prove, and again, it's the last minute. It was an emergency for me to fly over here where I am. But nevertheless, guys, InvestQ here. If you do enjoy the, I can't even call this a deep dive, more of a short dive analysis. But if you enjoy the videos, please feel free to subscribe. And again, link to Prophecy AI, I'll try to put it below. So with that being said, guys, take care and stay easy.